Swastiastu. Good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. Today, I want to present about nucleic acid metabolism. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Putumera Chandra Cahyani with last name 1011. So, the first question: explain the meaning of nucleic acid metabolism and its importance for cells. Nucleic acid metabolism is the entire process of synthesis or biosynthesis and degradation of nucleic acid, namely DNA and RNA, along with their components called nucleotides. This metabolism includes the synthesis of purine and pyrimidine base, nucleotide formation, and nucleotide breakdown into end products such as uric acid in purine metabolism. Nucleic acid metabolism is very important for cells because it plays a role in storing and transmitting genetic information, protein synthesis, cell growth, cell division, and providing cellular energy through molecules such as ATP and GTP. Question 2. Explain the structural difference between purine base and pyrimidine base and give examples of each. Purine base have a double ring structure consisting of a six-member ring fused with a five-member ring. Purine are large molecules compared to pyrimidines. Examples of purine base are adenine or A and guanine or G. Pyrimidine base have a single membrane ring structure, making them smaller than purines. Examples of pyrimidine base are cytosine or C, thymine or T, and uracil or U. Thymine is found in DNA, while uracil is found in RNA. Question 3. Explain the general stage of purine biosynthesis and the main raw material required. Purine biosynthesis begins with ribose 5-phosphate derived from the pentose phosphate pathway. Ribose 5-phosphate is converted into PRPP or phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate, and then the purine ring is gradually built directly on the ribose molecule. This process involves the addition of atoms from various sources until inosine monophosphate or EMP is formed as the precursor of AMP and GMP. The main raw materials required for purine biosynthesis are ribose 5-phosphate, glycine, glutamine, aspartate, CO2, and formally grouped from N10-formyl tetrahydrofolate. This process requires energy in the form of ATP because purine synthesis is complex and involves many reaction steps. Question 4. Explain the mechanism of pyrimidine biosynthesis and its different from purine biosynthesis. Pyrimidine biosynthesis begins with the formation of the pyrimidine ring before it is attached to ribose phosphate. The process starts with the formation of carbamoyl phosphate, which react with aspartate to form orotate. Orotate then combines with PRPP to form OMP or orotidine monophosphate, which is later converted into UMP as the precursor of other pyrimidine nucleotides. The main difference between purine and pyrimidine biosynthesis are in purine biosynthesis, the ring is built directly on ribose. In pyrimidine biosynthesis, the ring is synthesized first and then attached to ribose. Purine biosynthesis is more complex and requires more energy than pyrimidine biosynthesis. Question 5. How do cells regulate purine and pyrimidine biosynthesis to prevent excess nucleotide production? Cells regulate purine and pyrimidine biosynthesis through a feedback inhibition mechanism. When nucleotide levels are sufficiently high, end products such as AMP, GMP, or UTP inhibit the early enzymes in the biosynthesis pathways, thereby reducing further nucleotide production. In addition, Cells maintain a balance between purine and pyrimidine levels to ensure normal DNA and RNA synthesis. This regulation is important because excess or deficiency of nucleotides can disrupt cell division and cause genetic mutation. Question 6. Explain the pathway of purine degradation until uric acid is formed. Purine degradation begins with the breakdown of purine nucleotides such as AMP and GMP. AMP is converted into inosines, while GMP is converted into guanosines. These compounds are then converted into hypoxanthine and guanine. Guanine is converted into xanthine, while hypoxanthine is oxidized into xanthine by the enzyme xanthine oxidase. Xanthine is further converted into uric acid by the same enzyme. In humans, uric acid is the final product of purine degradation because humans do not have the enzyme uricase, which converts uric acid into allantoin. Question 7. Why can increased purine degradation cause hyperuricemia and gout? Increases purine degradation leads to excessive production of uric acid if the amount of uric acid exceeds the kidney's ability to excrete it. Uric acid accumulates in the blood, resulting in hyperuricemia. Excess uric acid can form monosodium urate crystal in the joint, especially in the toes. This crystal trigger inflammation, causing severe pain, swelling, reduce, and gout. Consumption of purine-rich foods such as organ meats, seafood, and red meat can worsen this condition. Next question. Explain the final product of pyrimidine degradation and why they do not cause uric acid accumulation. The final product of pyrimidine degradation are water-soluble compounds such as beta-alanine, beta-aminosobutyrate, CO2, and ammonia. These compounds can easily be metabolized or excreted by the body. A pyrimidine degradation does not produce uric acid, therefore it does not cause hyperuricemia or gout. This differs from purine degradation, which produces uric acid as the final metabolic product. Question 9. Explain example of disease related to disorders of purine or pyrimidine metabolism. One example of the disease caused by purine metabolism disorder is gout, which occurs due to the accumulation of uric acid in the blood and joints. Another example is Leishman syndrome, caused by deficiency of HGPRT enzymes, resulting in increased purine synthesis and severe hyperuricemia. A disorder of pyrimidine metabolism is orotic aciduria, which is caused by defects in enzyme involved in UMP synthesis. This disease can cause megaloblastic anemia and growth disorders because DNA synthesis is impaired. The last question. Explain the relationship between nucleic acid metabolism, DNA or RNA synthesis, and cell growth and division. Nucleic acid metabolism provides the nucleotides required for DNA and RNA synthesis. DNA is needed for storing and transmitting genetic information, while RNA function is protein synthesis. During cell growth and division, cells require large amount of DNA synthesis so that genetic material can be replicated before cell division occurs. If nucleotide biosynthesis is disrupted, DNA and RNA synthesis will also be impaired. leading to abnormal cell growth, cell division, and tissue formation. Therefore, nucleic acid metabolism is essential for cell survival and function. Okay, that's all for my presentation, and thank you.